Okay, so your journey starts today. So welcome everybody to our ceremony, the opening ceremony. This is a very exciting event. And the first thing that I wanted to say is welcome you all, students from the Master in Real Estate Development, Global Master in Real Estate Development, and the Master in Real Estate Development. Today we have a little program which we are going to run through. My name is Cristina Mateo, and I'm Associate Dean at the School of Architecture and Design. And the way we will do this today, and for that I need your full attention because it's going to be an exciting event, even if it's an opening and you think that this may be actually a very institutional thing, it's already thought for you to enjoy. So we'll have Dean David Goodman, who will be addressing you and welcoming you. Following that, we'll have some words from the academic directors, Flavio Tejada and Carolina González Vives. And then we'll have a keynote from somebody who we thought that it would be really, really good for you to listen to. He's Aref Laham, and he's not only a member of our international committee at the school, but he's also one of the most relevant people in the field of real estate. He's actually a founding partner of Orion Capital Manager, which is one of the most important European real estate private equity firms, which was founded in 1999. So listen to what he has to say. He's going to be of a lot of reference. After that, we'll have some photos and networking cocktails. So the fun part starts just now. So please, without any further ado, welcome everybody and welcome Dean David Goodman.
Thank you, Cristina. I'd first like to start by thanking Aref Laham for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Thanks so much. It's great to be here with you all. Today is a beginning for you, and every time we go to one of these, it's a beginning for all of us too. It's nice to see so many new faces here. Welcome to the IE family. I think you will feel it is a family when you're done. This is a unique place, and we do things a little bit differently, I think, here. And what I think really distinguishes us is, well, many things, but what I'd like to talk about here is the way that we combine things that for some are not combinable or are antithetical, okay? We try to bring things together. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. Our mission at the School of Architecture and Design is to build a more sustainable, more just, and more beautiful world through the power of the creative industries. And I include real estate development among those creative industries because it is through real estate development that we make cities, right? The making of cities, which is where all of the other creative industries, architecture, design, film, whatever it might be, these are primarily urban creatures, okay? And it is through the making of cities that we all have a home, a creative home. So I include in the creative industries real estate development for sure. But I think real estate development and our approach to it really embodies an approach that we're going to be talking a lot about in the coming months through a new campaign that Christina and I and the team have been working on for months. And the phrase we use is yes and. And if any of you have a theater background, that will sound familiar to you. But a yes and approach looks at things that some people might think are in conflict and brings them together, right? So for example, we in our school, we would say yes to return on investment and lasting value and sustainability, things like this, right? So a yes and approach looks for ways we can say yes to both parts of an equation. We don't have to necessarily choose. And one of the things that I really appreciate in our program, our real estate development program, is the focus on that total value, right? That there is no inherent contradiction between these two things. Indeed, actually, if you do the lasting value thing well, value for the community, the rest of the pieces also do well. So I would encourage you to follow our new media strategy. You're going to see it coming up soon. This yes and approach, I think, is very much relevant to the work in our real estate development programs. So With that, I would just like to say welcome to IE. Thank you so much for being here, for choosing to study with us at our school. It's great to see you, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you over the coming months. Thanks again, and now I will hand it back to Christina, who will continue with the introductions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So now we're going to continue with the academic directors, and we have Flavio Tejada and Carolina González Vives. So please come to the stage.
So welcome on board. Global Master in Real Estate Development and Master in Real Estate Development, both programs that work together along many months. You have chosen to form part of a very unique institution. The Dean has already introduced it a little bit. IE has been training leaders of the sector of economy worldwide for 50 years already. You can find IE alumni everywhere in the world in leading positions, and this is something very beautiful and very valuable. And in this house, it has been taught innovation, excellence, and leadership. And now is your turn. Now is your turn. The society is waiting for young professionals with proper skills and ambition and intelligence to lead the process of urbanization in the next decades. We have been speaking before with the Global Master about the concrete situation that we have ahead. During these decades, we are going to build an enormous surface of our world, and it's very relevant that you do it in a proper way. Your impact could be very big, so please make your best during these months. Make the most of the program. You are going to have the opportunity of sharing your insights, your ideas, your questions with the most relevant leaders of the market. And of course, with all of your classmates that will be the leaders in the near future. So the best environment to learn, the best environment to work, and an incredible opportunity that you have to take as a challenge and to make the proper effort to lead it properly. We will be working with you, both Flavio and I, and all the team that you have seen here, just a little part, but there are many other people working with you at the same time to help you to deliver the best product possible. And it's going to be 10 months, 15 months, I don't know, different options, different velocities. But we will be very helpful for you, and we will be standing for you. Thanks for choosing this institution. I think it's a very brave decision and, of course, a very good one. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina. Very little to add to what you have already said and what our Dean has already mentioned, but let me just go back to a few of the principles when we founded the Masters in Real Estate Developments programs. I think we have a very clear view. The real estate industry is the private partner in the city maker. That's kind of a simple equation. If we look around, and no matter if we are in any city in the world, 75%, around 75% of the total investment is coming from our sector. It's coming from our sector. So we have a huge responsibility in the kind of cities that will be in the future. For some of you that you may like languages, civilization and cities have the same beginning. That's kind of something important. We are thinking about what kind of society we are going to project. Some of you maybe wonder why you are in the School of Architecture and Design, and for us it's kind of simple. The way that we approach any real estate problem is based on creativity. It's based on design thinking. It's a combination of total design disciplines, from legal approach to engineering approach to architecture approach to urban planning to finance. We need to be creative because the world is changing in an unprecedented speed. So we have to think new ways of solving problems that the society has never challenged, like the climate change, like the speed of urbanization, like the lack of new globalization approach. There is new thing that is coming, so now we need to react, and probably the solutions that we'll find, they will be completely different from the ones that my generation and other generations before they have been facing these problems. And I would like to invite you to have a strong innovation attitude along the whole program. The current moment that we are facing will drive all of us to think in a completely different way. So innovation is an attitude that is going to be part of that. And as Dean was already mentioning, sustainability is not a choice anymore. It's the only way. It's the only plan B. There is no plan A and B. It's the only one. We need to follow a sustainable future, and you will see how the capital markets are reacting to a more sustainable, more ESG, the way that we speak in the real estate sector. So my final remark is, as Carolina was mentioning, we are giving you the tools, but it's up to you to use them. We are not going to be following you. We are not going to be chasing you. It's up to you to maximize the talent that is going to be around the class. It's going to be in the site visits. It's going to be in the tours. It's going to be with the faculty members that we have been putting together, that they have been, some of them, over the last 9 years together with us. But, some of them, they have been kind of coming into that. So it's up to you to maximize. This is kind of our contract with you. We have a commitment to give you the very best tools, but it's up to you to use it. So welcome to the class. And I think it's now time for giving back the floor to Cristina Mateo. So thank you so much.
I would like to add a last comment because we have 50 years behind us, but we have almost 10 years of real estate programs. So we have around 600 people in the market with the trainings and the tools that we have been teaching here. And I think it's very relevant that you have in mind the jump that you are going to do after the program or along the program. So we have this experience of effort, of difficulties. Some of you are focused in this learning full-time, some others don't, and you have to combine it with other duties. The program is long and the effort is hard, but the results are amazing. You are about to make a relevant and significant jump in your professional journey. So be aware of that because that will give you a strength along the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, dear Aref, we are ready for you. This is the moment where you all, students from the Master in Real Estate Development, both from the Global Master and the full-time Master in Real Estate Development, have only the beginning of a series of occasions where you will be listening to first lineup of speakers, and this is a great opportunity. So, as I mentioned before, we have the luxury to have with us a member of our international committee and also the founding partner of Orion Capital Manager. So, Aref Laham, please join us on the stage. Thank you.
Every building you've entered, every skyline you've ever admired, every neighborhood you've ever called home has all been done because someone had an idea. He saw the land and had the possibilities. And if you look around you, in the future, that someone is you. It's kind of scary looking at you, but we'll take that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aref Laham. I'm the CEO of Orion Capital Managers, a company I co-founded 25 years ago. We're a pan-European private equity firm. We raise capital from around the world that we invest in real estate around Europe in all asset classes across different geographies. And it's my huge honor to welcome you to the real estate program at IE. And as my colleague said, you're not walking into a university program. You're actually stepping into the most powerful industry in the world. You probably know that real estate is the largest asset class in the world. It's worth over $300 billion. That's all the stocks and the bonds that you have combined in the world. It's huge. It's powerful. But it's not just that. It's not about buildings or square meters. It's not about hotels, shopping centers, etc. It's about people. It's about you and I. It's about how we live, how we work, how we move, how we dream. You said that for the rest of the world. Real estate is literally the foundation of society. And with that goes responsibility. You've heard my colleagues speak about that. We'll talk about that even longer. However, it's not easy. It's fascinating, but it's full of complexities. In every transaction, you have to deal with zoning laws, property rights, financing structures, market volatility, fluctuating interest rates, local economic trends, and what's not. It's not for the faint-hearted. Additionally, real estate, as you all know, is a highly localized market. And it's local, so what applies in one region does not hold for the other region. So you are from around the world, and what they teach you here, it's up to you to adapt it to your region. But they will give you certain principles that are very valuable. These layers of complexity make real estate a valuable investment and a challenging field, requiring planning, expertise, and risk management. You will learn all these, I hope. But what keeps me passionate about this industry every day? Why do I love it? Why do I come here to speak to you? I thought the best way to show you that, because you'll hear a lot of people talk, actually is to share projects. And in real estate, I can't talk about it without really showing you what we've been doing. Each one of the projects I'll show you has a fun story behind it, but time is too short for that. So I will touch in and out on some salient points across different sectors we've played in and give you a flavor of the fun I've had during my career and continue to do so. Let's start. Residential projects. So after the financial crisis, many developers came to see us and said they had ideas. They had land, they were stuck for money. Can we help? One of those is in London. It's on City Road, close to the city. And a developer came and said, look, I have planning to build this. I'm stuck. Will you give us money to build it? Great deal. I could buy the land for not much money. But looking at it does not most appealing, right? So we ran an architectural competition. We bought the land and we tried to choose the best architect. In fact, Ben Van Berkel, that won this competition, is the chairman of the architecture school and is a friend of mine, and he's a world-renowned architect. And Ben created the structure that made people feel more at home. This building was so successful because of its architecture that over a weekend, I was able to sell 40 apartments in Hong Kong. And another weekend, another 30 apartments in Singapore. It went so fast because people enjoyed the architecture. It was so easy to build the other one. Other real estate professionals may have, because why bother? Why bother to change the planning? It's very important to change the planning because this is what you leave behind you. And you should try and leave behind you what's best for the community. And somehow, when you marry those, David Goodman said it, it does work. And I'm here to prove it. We got stuck with the penthouse because it was too much money. And unfortunately, another local developer managed to convince the city to build across the road 2 very large buildings overlooking my penthouse. Terrible. It wasn't in the planning. We'll talk about those. So I had to find an idea. The brokers were saying, it's not selling. You'll have to reduce the price. I have some smart young people in my firm, and they said, Arif, let us think about it. And they came up with this video that had over 1 million hits and sold the penthouse within a week. I'm going to share that with you for fun.
I may seem innocent like a cat without the claws. You may think I'm super sweet, but like a lion I'm gonna roar. I'll take you by surprise like a stranger in the night. Ready or not, here I come. Boy, you better run and hide. Here comes trouble. Ooh. Here comes trouble. Ooh. I said, oh, oh, I feel your lust. I know you wanna be dangerous. Can't you see I'm a good girl going there? You love my cherry lip.
Wanted to buy the dog. I said the dog was not for sale. It's the penthouse we're selling. But you have to come up with ideas and solutions and changes to do. You also build for the actual community of where things are. Here we'll talk about the next project, which is the Glebe. We managed to buy from a bank an old school which had a planning permit to build residential apartments. It was in the heart of Chelsea, in one of the wealthiest parts of London. And so we decided to build for that community the most expensive apartments around the world. It was a school. We built 2 villas and 7 apartments, including a penthouse. Many of the apartments had private pools, and they had volume. You know, we talk about square meters in real estate. If you keep one thing in mind after this speech, is remember, don't sell square meters, sell volume. The reason why these sold highly is because we had 5 meters floor to ceiling heights. And privacy. And these projects sold for over 50,000 euros a square meter. This particular apartment sold for 56 million pounds. It had a beautiful garden, beautiful living room. The architecture was exquisite because real estate is also about emotion. So when you do all those numbers, remember to wow people, give them that emotion. So we sold to the wealthiest. We sold the penthouse for 70 million pounds. But we also sell apartments for 70,000 euros. Because when you are in Portugal, and when you have residential developments, the income capacity of the Portuguese is not that high. And they have a housing crisis. And you need to deliver homes that work for that community. In Porto, we own a residential developer that's produced this project called Core. Core is a project where we deliver apartments with no kitchens, but beautiful architecture outside, and we sell apartments for 70,000 euros a square meter. We don't have the heating in there or the air conditioning. They can put it in, it costs a little bit more. But it allows people to own their own homes. Within a month, 50% of the apartments went, which is huge. And so again, whether you build luxury or whether you build affordable housing, it's super important to make it emotionally interesting for people to buy, and it's super responsible, and you are socially responsible to make the right decision in the right place. And so it's not about luxury all the time, and it's not about affordable all the time. It's finding the right equation for the right locality. That was residential, but we don't just do residential. Office is a lot of fun too. I'm going to show you, even though nowadays nobody wants to invest in offices, but they're wrong. Panorama St. Paul's in London. This building was designed by the UK government in the 1970s, and it was the headquarters of British Telecom. And the corporate decided to sell it at a bad time in the market. They were leaving the building and they decided to sell it. We bought it. We hired a professor that worked with the City of London on planning, and we managed to convince the city to do a double the building, from 30,000 square meters to 60,000 square meters. We decided to build the most sustainable building in London, which we have. 70% of the building was reused. 95% of the facade that you saw was re-put on that building. We've created 2,700 square meters of terraces, a 25-meter pool, gyms, sauna, 1,200 bicycle spaces, and only 7 parking. No more parking. Everybody's cycling now in London. And we convinced the city to allow us to build a square, the largest square in the city of London in 300 years. In fact, we didn't have to do it. What the planning said is we had to give money to the city. What the city would do with it was their business. We convinced the city that the best thing to do was to build that square. We did studies, design, and we pushed and we got it. So we influenced the city to create a wonderful space for the public. It's right opposite St. Paul's Cathedral. It's in the heart of London. The responsibility to build something sustainable and for a long time was super important. We didn't have to do it again. The laws of the market doesn't put that responsibility on you. You put it on yourself. And that's why it's so important that you come to school and learn this, and I show you this. By doing that, we got contacted by HSBC. HSBC was looking for a new headquarters in the City of London from Canary Wharf. The board asked to see me. The first half an hour, the questions were all about the sustainability of the building. Nothing else. How green is it? How much carbon are you saving? What are you doing? And by showing them that, we won them over. And they came in and signed a very long-term lease on that building, which made it a huge financial success. So here you see the original building. We kept a huge part of the original building. We built on top of it, and we accomplished it in April 2025. Terraces and the sustainability credentials of the building, which are super important. Moving on to Portugal again. I'm switching between countries just to show you it's not always in one country. This ugly beast has been in Lisbon for a very long time. Real estate is about cycles. Yes, you could probably create generational wealth in real estate for all of you, but you could also lose a lot of money. It's a tale of two cities. You can make it or lose it. This colleague, this real estate professional, had his market timing wrong. He wanted to build a shopping center. It never made it. He ran out of money. The bank took it over and sat on it for many years. They didn't know what to do. Nobody wanted to buy it, and they had a big loss to deal with. We convinced them to give us an option, and we went to the best architects around the world. And we worked with them on what we could do. Here it is. It works here, but not here. Excuse me, back there. It's not working up front. It's not the same as back there. Okay, never mind. So we designed this building. This is an office building with many courtyards. We divided the courtyard into more human courtyards. We managed to convince the university to take half of it, and the rest is gone to corporate offices like Richemont and others. Great view of the river and great view of the bridge. Again, it took a while, but the architecture was super important. Design was super important. And of course, you had to fit all the equation and make sure that all the finances worked. But super project, and again, conference rooms and gyms, etc. Hotels. In Rome this time, Palazzo Mellini was the headquarters of Banco di Roma. It took the Benetton family 8 years to get planning in Rome to build this hotel. Unfortunately, 8 years was too long and Gilberto needed to sell it. We bought it. And we finished this hotel and gave it to 6 senses to manage. A beautiful terrace overlooking Rome. It's in Via del Corso. The entrance, the old palace, staircases that we kept. Probably the best spot in Rome. 6 senses are well known for that. Courtyards. It sold for 2.5 million euros a key, which is the highest price ever sold for a hotel in Western Europe. Again, the ability to link design with finance, with opportunity, with planning was key in achieving that. And it wasn't just one thing. So as a real estate professional, I urge you to make sure that you marry all these things. And I can't think of a better place than IE to do so, because as you stand here, you are in the School of Architecture and Design. So keep that in mind. Retail. It's fantastic, retail. It's died, but it's coming back. It dies again. Always reinvents itself. We were involved in the development of Puerto Venezia in Zaragoza here in Spain. People travel for 1 hour to come and spend, or more, to come and spend the whole day there. Super important to create spaces. It's not just about retail. It has the biggest climbing wall in Europe. It has boats. It has concerts. The ability to create a place where people want to come and at the same time also maybe shop is super important. It's huge efforts. Again, it's super dynamic, entertaining, and fun. So designing fun, designing where people can live, bring their families, etc., is one of the coolest things we do in real estate. And you should keep that in mind. Plenilunio in Madrid, closer. This is a shopping center. We didn't build this one. We inherited this one from Santander. We bought it from Santander in 2009. And we bought it based on financial conditions, which was basically, we bought it at the cap rate of 8%. We borrowed at 4%. We had a 15% cash on cash for 7 years. There was no problem. We got all our money back plus some returns. So financing, it worked. But it wasn't just about that. It was about improving the space. We built the largest Primark in Spain at the time. 10 years ago, we put paddle courts. You know how paddle courts now are super important in Spain? It was a novelty at the time. And it's done very well and continues to do very well. We held it for 7 years and it sold to Clépierre. Placemaking. Cities. We talked about cities. We happen to own Soto Grande in Spain. Soto Grande is between Marbella and Malaga. It's a resort that was built in the 1970s. It was a publicly company that we took private and we continued to invest in. It has some of the best polo in the world, some of the best golf courses in Spain, and we continued to create residential developments, but we also created pools and places for people to come and 5-star hotels, resorts. And resorts, we have a lot of resorts today around the world, and they all compete with each other. So how you position your resort is super important. In this particular case in Soto Grande, we have an international school. We worked with the international school to develop it even more. Because with people working from home and working from everywhere, we've managed to capture a lot of people coming to Soto Grande to make their living. It's not just about resort living now. They're coming to live and put their kids at school. So it was a super important thing. Genoa, I'm speaking too far, and this is the last project. We'll get back to the lecture. But Genoa, the city of Genoa came to see us, and they said they wanted to redo the marina. Can we come and buy it? We said, look, you don't even have a master plan. We helped them with Renzo Piano. Renzo Piano is a famous architect. He's based in Genoa, as you probably know, a lot of your architects here. And together we did the master plan. And we structured a deal with the city of Genoa to redo all the marina, build residential homes, redo the stadium for them, and sell it back to them again. And now, last week, it held the fencing competition here in Europe. So you can see here many projects. I've been having a lot of fun, and I hope you do too. But coming back to you, and you heard this before, The skills you will learn here will allow you to influence society more than you think. I promise you, I've been doing it. You will influence cities. And because you come from around the world, you will influence the world. How you use these skills, you heard this, is up to you. Are you going to build green buildings? Are you going to design more affordable housing and help with the housing crisis? It's up to you. Will you reinvent retail? Or you just might want to build generational wealth. Real estate has done that for many. But these decisions that you make matter. They matter a lot. So please be responsible. Be ethical. Don't be afraid to go out there and challenge the status quo. It's there to get challenged. Reimagine the broken systems. Lots of broken systems out there. You can rebuild them. Create space that works for everyone and for our planet. And if you're still wondering why you signed up for this course, it's simple. You signed up to build up our future. So have fun.
Wow, that was truly inspirational. Thank you, Aref. I think that you've, in a way, have collected many of the comments that our dean and the directors mentioned about having the tools. You will be given the tools. You will be given. You will be put in the right place. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility, and that's a very important issue. At the same time, we've talked about creativity and how you can take decisions where creativity is actually a very important element. And being in the School of Architecture and Design will definitely put you in that place where creativity is all around you and decisions will be made within that framework. So very little to say, very little else to add. I think that you've taken the right choice. We will be accompanying you throughout this exciting academic year. Some of you will be here for full 10 months. Others will be here for 15 months, but working probably in the places where you are actually living currently, but with lots of moments for face-to-face periods. And we are going to spend for 2 weeks, time together, and I think that this is going to be great, and you need to profit from this occasion. I've been told that you need to kind of be taking some photos as part of this opening ceremony. So the first thing that I will do is to ask a big applause to the class that is starting today, class of Master in Real Estate Development and Global Master in Real Estate Development, and all the speakers that we have had today. So please join me in a big clapping. So I think that if we are ready now, we could go and ask the students from the Global Master in Real Estate Development to be outside and be ready for a photograph. So students from the Global Master in Real Estate Development, please, if you may.